Akhir-akhir ini beredarnya Epstein Files yang dirilis Departemen Kehakiman Amerika Serikat kembali mengguncang jagat media sosial. Lantas seperti apa sebenarnya awal mula kasus ini? Pada awal tahun 2000-an, Jeffrey Epstein dilaporkan atas dugaan pelecehan seksual terhadap remaja di bawah umur di Florida. Lalu di tahun 2008, kasus tersebut sempat diproses secara hukum. Namun hasilnya membuat publik geleng-geleng kepala. Epstein mendapat kesepakatan khusus atau non-prosecution agreement dari jaksa dan hanya menjalani hukuman sekitar 13 bulan penjara. Bertahun-tahun kemudian, investigasi media membongkar dugaan pola eksploitasi yang jauh lebih luas dan sistematis. Sejak saat itu, tekanan publik semakin kuat hingga aparat federal di New York membuka kembali kasusnya pada 2019. Pada Juli 2019, Epstein kembali ditangkap dengan dakwaan perdagangan seks anak. Namun, baru sebulan ditahan di penjara Manhattan, ia ditemukan meninggal dunia dan dinyatakan bunuh diri oleh otoritas terkait. Peristiwa ini langsung memicu berbagai teori dan spekulasi di ruang publik. Meski Epstein telah meninggal, proses hukum tidak berhenti. Ghislaine Maxwell, rekan dekatnya kemudian divonis bersalah karena membantu merekrut para korban.
Today we announce charges against Ghislaine Maxwell for helping Jeffrey Epstein sexually exploit and abuse multiple minor girls from the period of 1994 through 1997. Maxwell has been taken into custody early this morning in New Hampshire and will be presented this afternoon before a magistrate judge in the District of New Hampshire. As alleged, starting in 1994 until at least 1997, Maxwell had a personal and professional relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell was among Epstein's closest associates and helped him exploit girls who were as young as 14 years old. Maxwell played a critical role in helping Epstein to identify, befriend, and groom minor victims for abuse. In some cases, Maxwell participated in the abuse herself. After developing a rapport with victims, Maxwell then tried to normalize sexual abuse with a minor victim through a process known as grooming. For example, Maxwell would discuss sexual topics with the victim and undress in front of the victim or be present for sex acts involving the minor victims and Epstein.
Kasus ini semakin menyita perhatian dunia ketika dokumen pengadilan yang dikenal sebagai Epstein Files dibuka ke publik secara bertahap. Dokumen tersebut menyeret nama-nama, koneksi elit, hingga detail jaringan sosial Epstein. Sejak itu, kasus ini menjadi simbol skandal besar yang menyeret banyak tokoh berpengaruh ke pusaran sorotan global. Pendiri Microsoft Bill Gates dan Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump juga sempat bereaksi setelah nama mereka terseret dalam Epstein Files.
Yeah, I met Jeffrey in 2011. The focus was always he knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. You know, in retrospect, that was a dead end, and I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him.
Spent time on Jeffrey Epstein's island. I didn't. I mean, he's a lightweight, this guy. He's a terrible, I think he's terrible. I thought he did a terrible job at the Grammys. I thought the whole Grammys was terrible. I watched part of it. It's not watchable. But he was a lousy host. I'd say not as bad as Jimmy Kimmel, but pretty close. And no, he made a statement about me and Jeffrey Epstein. I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you look at the DOJ, they announced, they released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do, because that whole thing has turned out, I mean, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people there are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me. But it was even sort of better than that, because they found that Jeffrey Epstein and this sleazebag writer named Michael Wolff were conspiring against Donald Trump to lose the election. So Epstein was conspiring with a writer for me to lose the election. So right there, you know that I had nothing to do with this guy. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. The amount of time that's being wasted. You know, when Epstein was alive, like 10 years ago. Nobody cared about it. But they're only doing it. But now it's really hitting back on them because Bill Clinton is such a big part of it. The Democrats are pushing it. And the problem is that it's turning out to be the Democrats that were with and conspired with Epstein. So I think you're probably going to see a little pullback from them. But think of it, they were working together to try and help me lose the election. But this is the Oval Office, so I guess that didn't work out too well.
Epstein Files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
That they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really, now that nothing came out about me, other than there was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people
like
who feel like they haven't gotten
healthcare
justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. What did you say? Go ahead, CNN.
What would you say
You
to
are
the
so
survivors
bad.
who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why?
Jeffrey Epstein,
You know why you're
Mr.
not
President.
smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
Saudara, kecepatan informasi dan akurasi data adalah komitmen kami. Satu langkah lebih dekat, satu langkah lebih terpercaya. Saksikan Sapa Indonesia Malam di Kompas TV Channel 11 di televisi Anda.